Anytime you see my face, you know you about to get some goddamn education. Welcome to Whitewashed, episode 1. Now, first up the bat, we have the founder of Chicago, Jean-Baptiste Point du Sable. And this motherfucker is not him. The real Jean-Baptiste was a so-called black man, actually of French and Haitian descent, born around 1745. After the establishment of Chicago, he married an indigenous woman named Kituwa. You know what's crazy? Kituwa would have been considered black these days. On to our next investigation, we have here Honest Abraham Lincoln. Now I know a lot of you are thinking, wait a goddamn minute. But before you reach for your tiki torches, let's see how Honest Abe described himself. Now Abraham Lincoln described himself as having a dark skin complexion and coarse black hair. He also goes to describe his father as having a swarthy complexion and brown eyes. British journalist Edward Dicey stated that Lincoln's uncombed and uncombable dark hair stands up every which way, and that Lincoln's nose and ears were so big they had to be taken from a head twice his size. American writer Nathan Hawthorne said that Lincoln's complexion was dark and hollow, with a big ass nose. So why don't you ever find those features on the pictures you see of him? I seen that piss many people off with my last post, but that just means I'm really gonna piss you off with this one. Welcome to the second episode of Whitewashing, the American edition. According to the 1828 Webster's Dictionary, an American originally applied to the Aboriginals or the copper-colored races founded here by the Europeans, but now applied to the descendants of Europeans. Copper-colored. Did you mean copper-colored like this? Copper like this? Somebody grandmama fine. Did you mean copper like this? This is actually a emblem of America. You can find it in the British Museum, 1700s, late 1700s. This little nigger ain't no bigger than a sweet potato vine in June. That nasty little copper-colored coon. Now, some of you are probably like, I've never seen a copper-colored man in my life. Bullshit, you haven't. You just keep calling them Nick.
I didn't think they were real. I didn't think they were real people.
Really?
I thought they were white folks.
What?
I thought they were white folks.
Well, I mean, what do you mean? You didn't think they're real? You don't think they had arms and legs?
Oh, no, they had arms and legs, but they didn't have innards like other people. I thought if you put your hand on a white person, it would go right through.
No.
I promise you. They were white folks. We were people.
You were that distant from them? I mean,
absolutely.
Well, I mean, you live scarcely 300 yards apart in some respects.
Oh, and my grandmother owned the land most of them lived on. But they weren't real. I mean, they were so rude. Nice people like us. I mean, we were the real folks. People said, evening. How you doing? Fine, thank you. I sure appreciate it. Yes, ma'am.
But not white folks.
White folks, no. And they'd come into the store and act as if they had credit and order my crippled uncle around, you know. So I knew that if they were real people, they'd be nice.
You know, when I see a white person, a white man, or a white woman, the first thing I'll start thinking, what do that white person want from me? Because I feel in the back of my mind that they don't mean me any good. They never have meant me any good. So why should I believe that they mean me any good now? There have been times that I wouldn't let a white person in my home. And it hasn't been too very long ago. Because a white man is a funny thing. He'll laugh and talk with you today, this minute. And the next thing you know, he's cut your throat. And I don't mean with a knife. I mean with words, with anything he can hurt you with. But he'll make you think that he's your friend. And that all the while he's trying to make you believe that he's your friend. He's the worst enemy you could have.
Black issue. Father all truths. What is black?
Black is to blaze, to glow, to burn. The Old English word was pale, bright, shining, or glittering. The word black can be traced back to its Proto-Indo-European origins through the word blanc, which means pale, wan, colorless, or albino. This is an albino. The Indo-Europeans are the true black people. The word black, some other words you can see: bleak, bleach, pale, block, lighten, also to lighten. Symbolisms. Black, it means white. Yes, it does. All around the world, everyone knows that, except in the U.S. There goes another albino man. Some more etymology on the word black means pale. The Slavic group, the first blacks, and the first slaves or Slavs or slaves. Indo-Europeans. These statues are Indo-European and they do not look Egyptian to me, yet they claim it. More Indo-Europeans. Pale without color, albino, colorless. Remember, only in the U.S. was the color of law created, not around the world.
When I was growing up, to call a person of color, like myself or others, black, was considered derogatory. That's just a fact. You know, you call somebody black, those were fighting words. Those were fighting words.
I want to do a quick video on what happens when you say Black Lives Matter, since you think Black Lives Matter. This is what you're really saying. Let's look up the definition of black. You're saying pale lives matter, pale lives matter, pale lives matter, when it's the pale people that's really killing you. And guess who you are? You're the Americans, the copper-colored races. So the black people are killing the Americans, and you're saying
all human beings are colors. And my light-skinned, orange-skinned black uncle and my Negro aunt. You know, that's incompetence. Human beings have nationalities all over the planet. Those are brand systems set up by Dutch masters to make such persons that accept them in law non-descendable. Write that down. Non-descendable, which is the function, mind you, of the brand system. Not that the Europeans were just being nasty guys, you know, they don't want to acknowledge black history. Well, black history is dead history. That's for Asiatics and Africans who fell, distinguished from civilized people who still honor their mothers and their fathers. You'll never see a civilized person come from Nigeria, Kibalan, any of the nation states talking about their light-skinned, orange-skinned.